Alright, hopefully that works. On 5, 4, 3, 2. It says excellent, but as you can see from the peripheral vision, I have nothing but darkness over there, but I have to assume and act like it is live. There it is. Now I see myself. See, look on the side, see the darkness. Anyway, knowing that, moving forward. Oh wait, but before we do we have audio? Let's see. From the peripheral vision. Okay, there's audio. I'm just going to do a pop-out chat. Yeah, we can't do Friday night flights tonight, so I just thought I'd say hello, spend some time with you guys. The next 3D print of the week is Markabay's. No, is it Markabay? No, Swedish Forges. Swedish Forges print. We're going to do Wolverine's sister, the X24, or the X, what is it, 27? I tried to print it just to see. The first time I tried printing the torso, X23, sorry, X23. The first time I tried printing it, it didn't work. Like something happened with the supports, so I put 50, and it worked out really well. 50, I'll show you what I did with the supports, but I only printed the torso part. And then there's a part with supports, but I don't see how that can print. Maybe not, not on my printer for sure, maybe on a more advanced printer. I thought I took a screenshot. The condenser is about to go on recovered files. Interesting. Adobe Photoshop. Yeah, I had a screenshot. Bummer. Must have gotten deleted. Or maybe it's on this desktop. No, it's not. That is so weird. I was upstairs. Anyway, I printed. It was 50% Tree Auto, and it worked out well. The torso's there. I'll let you guys see the torso. Hold on. And I'll form the hands. Remember Voltron? Like everybody had their own part. Hold on 1 second. Oh no. I see nothing but darkness. Did we lose our stream? You gotta be shitting me. Can't make this shit up. Now I have to look over here because as you can see, I don't see anything there. I've had to wave at the model to get good support sometimes. Yeah, I don't know how you did that because you only get one take on yours. But hold on, let me fix this because we should see a camera. If not, there we go. Because you need to see that. It's a little glitchy, but the program works. When it works, it works. When it doesn't work, it does. It's like a BMW because it is like the BMW of streaming applications. You can stream in 4K. You get chat notifications. You can do stuff with effects. We don't do any effects because it'll probably wind up crashing on us. But most of all, look at that. This is thanks to Afix who recommended this one to us. But when it breaks, and then you're troubleshooting, rebooting, deleting, and stuff like that. Knowing that moving forward, this is what I got so far. Samsung Me will go to, I hope, hold on, Creality High. I was able to print that. At first it didn't print. And then what I did was I changed the support so that it was 50. I wonder if it's still open. No, it's not open anymore. It's cold. Yeah, cold, damp. We got snow. I wonder if I could show you what we have. It's supposed to get like 8 inches. Maybe, I don't know. Last time I didn't believe we were going to get 5 inches, and we got 5. So I don't know. We'll see. I got the snow blower ready. But I wonder if, I think we might be able to push this to the computer so that you guys can see. Yeah, so it worked out really good before I go outside though, because whenever we add and push things to the computer, sometimes they glitch out. But this is what I had done. Let me go to my desktop and then we'll see how that part printed. But we're going to start from scratch when we do this one. This part, and I want to do it during the day, start at 10 o'clock. Because I know you guys are in a different time zone and I'd like for you to see it. Maybe you guys can help out a little bit. And you don't have to go to bed at like freaking like 3 a.m. like we always do. This is like the man show. We go to bed late, no matter what. So I'll show you what I had gotten. Let me just change the screen. Samsung Me. So there were a couple of files in there that Markabay sent me. When I do the stream, I'll throw them up on the GitHub repository, so that people can download. This is a really cool file. And then what I had done was this. So there, the X23, Wolverine's sister, or whoever she is. There are 3 different folders. when I did this, the support, and then when I clicked on the torso, it was great because she was in the position, or that particular part, right, was in the position that you wanted it to be in, right? And then, hold on, shift and slide, mark blade technique. But what happened was, which is really cool, I'm like, oh wow, they got it ready for me. But then, let's change the color so we could see it a little bit better, and then move this over so that, you know, my head is not in her boobs. And then if I click here, and then one here, and then we're going to change that to my default gray that's in there, and then close it. See, when we scroll up, there's nothing under there. So then what happened was, when I went to slice the file, we don't need this window there. You can just close that. Duplicate. See, it says it seems object torso STL has floating regions. Please reorient. So I didn't reorient. So what I did was, I closed out this file. I said no, and then what I did was I did the second one, 112, and then I went to torso, and then I left her. See, I wasn't sure if you can print her like that. So then what I did was I did the rotation, and I wanted to put her right there, right on her standing upright, and then I let's see if we can make this bigger. And then I moved this over. And then I went to supports. No, sorry, yeah, supports. I did enable supports, and then changed to 30, because the first time at 30 it didn't print. I changed that to 50, and then I believe I did tree auto, and then sliced it, and that should duplicate and replicate what we see on our print bed. And then that's how I got this right here. Before, first time it didn't print. So now that we know, I guess 50 is ideal instead of the default 30. Well, let's see what Market Bay has to say. Not Market Bay, sorry, Swedish Forge. Because imagine that, printing it at 1000% and the shit just falling off your bed. That's a lot of filament. I didn't find out until it got to her arm, until I got to here. I'll point to it right over here where she started. You know, it wasn't filling in. Right here, right about there, didn't work out. But as you can see, oops. As you can see, it worked out really well. It does look a little snug in there. I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is I'll print an arm and see how that works. But remember, this is not this print of the week, this week. We're going to do it next week. Or maybe over the weekend. And as you can see, it looks kind of snug. Hopefully it works. Like I'll print one more part on this live stream. But remember, this is Friday night flights. And if that works, oh wow, sort of. Oh, I might have to, oh, wow, look at that. And then we'll start from scratch again. Sometimes, as you know, I have like a print of the week already printed. But in this case, with this one, I want to, wow, her boobs feel real. Look at that. I'm not sure what that is though, right there. Some sort of imperfection that somehow happened. A little bit, probably because let me see what was there. Yeah, maybe, you know, sometimes what's this? I'm trying to find where this was, how this was. So that was like that. Put her back in there. Interesting. You could always sand it out and fill it, but this is great that it did like this, because before it didn't work out there. Maybe I can try 40, right, and then see what happens. Well, this is so cool. This is nice. And then, but what I want to do is I want to see if anything fits in there. This hole looks a little bit smaller, and this one is a little bit bigger. But let me see what you guys are saying. Sorry, I lost you guys. Got lost in the process. Okay, yeah. This is so cool. I can't wait to paint her. Let's see. I'm going to start with the comments. Hold on. go to full version of me. And then I'll try printing an arm, but then remember we're saving this for the full stream. Okay. Go, go, go! Friday night print! 3D print of the week. Hopefully a Friday night flight. No, but we're going to see what it's like outside before I say goodbye. Are you ready for Friday night flights? Or is it grounded? Yeah, it's grounded, but none of the cameras were working. It was just darkness. So if you have a DJI camera and you get nothing but blackness when it's on and off, black, 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 even no matter what the power set, just pull the battery out, press the power button, and then put it back in. Then you get your cameras back. Why that happens, I don't know. Maybe because they were left on. They're supposed to shut off, but this white light was on. If the white light's on, the cameras will shut off and then go dark. And they need like a hard reboot / reset. And I was like, oh no, it's 7 o'clock. My plan was to like sign on at 7. And then I thought we were going to miss the show. I thought it was like, sorry guys, that's it. Because I sold my Osmos 360. And then I have this camera here, but you can't stream with the Nano. At least not yet. It's just a software upgrade that you have to push. Okay, but they haven't yet. Either way, a studio live is even better. Haha. Oh, I got some news for you, and the next video is just phenomenal. I'll share with you that I was experimenting with the dynamic feature of return home, like update your home point, and it's phenomenal. The freaking thing, the dynamic home point update follows you wherever you go, and it updates the remote controller home point in real time. The only downside is that you have to put it in dynamic before you fly or while you're in flight. It doesn't save it. By default, it reverts back to default. Excuse me, knowing that moving forward. Mark Bay, hey, what's up, Mark Bay? Let's go. So that's why I was late, so I can't go. Marky, are you in a hurry? Never. No, but you guys weren't in a hurry. You guys were patient, but you were on time, and I was late. I could see why. You're like, yo, Lou. Hi, Lou. And it was just a glitch. And I was like, my heart was going into my stomach because I was like, oh, no, how can that be? No stream? Like, my cameras went to funk. I think you got flight fright. Nah, it's all good. X23. Yes, X23. Not, all right. Glad to see you, Lou. We've missed you. Did it rain? No, but it's snowing. We're going to check it out in a little bit. I took my Neo out for a night flight tonight. Oh, wow. It has 39 satellites and was solid. Very nice upgrade. Just wish the battery life was more. Wait, but what was it like flying the Neo at night? Because as you know, I tried flying my Avata here in the dark, and the shit just went bonkers. Did you have a light underneath, or can it just handle it? And even with satellites, the Avatas just drift and, you know, go wherever they want to go. So you got lucky. That must be a new feature in the Neo, or maybe you're in a well-lit area that lets you, you know, do that. It's either that or they change things. Lou, they've really fixed the Neo too. I've had to angle at model to get good support sometimes. Okay, so it's an angle. So I angled it. I re-angled it so that she was standing up. And I guess once you know how she prints in like a small form, then you go big, right? Because I wouldn't want to do like 500% just to find like spaghetti. It was like 1 degree here though, kind of cold and damp. Do you have a jet plane in the room? I have one right there. It's like a glider though that we printed. And a couple of planes, and this one, no jet plane. This is like a little prop plane that we 3D printed on the, and then that one stays here. Hello. Scale up model, then it will be easier a little. I think I'm going to do that. We're going to find out in a second though. No snow here in Sweden. That's good. Oh, there's a woman from Sweden. She has a Instagram. She does a lot of drone flights in the mountains. Charlie, whatever her name is, I forget. But she always does her videos, or the Netherlands, right? I don't know where but I'll find out where she is. Sideways, like weird. You have to look at them like that. She always does them like that. I think that's like her signature, her recording. You're killing me, Lou. Have you seen my live stream when I printed X23 head? No, I haven't. But I go to your channel every now and again. The Neo 2 has been fixed for night flights. Massive improvements in any light. That's amazing. Wow, I can't wait to see that. The Neo 2 gets more satellites than any other drones. Haha. Their ventilation. Oh, equals. You got it. Yeah, good point. All right, so we'll fix that. Because we have this unit came with the house. It's like it is half the size of a car, but they don't make these like they used to. Back in the day, you know, when you had your air conditioning built, it was like a monstrosity. You needed a whole room for it, and that's basically what this thing is over here. And you know, it will run forever. Whereas a unit. It's just loud like a plane, and I can't leave them upstairs. They weren't supposed to be here tonight, but they came back because the snowstorm is coming. Anyway, it's a big monstrosity, and it works. It works, but I know that when it breaks, whoops. So then we're gonna call somebody, and they're gonna come in, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, you know, it can't be fixed. You got to replace it. You got to buy a new one," because they're gonna be like. Because, you know, the service techs are so used to fixing the new stuff that they're not even going to know what to do when they take this shit apart. And then just to look inside and change a motherboard, because the boards are like that, these big motherboards, and then the big thing. But it's built, it's solid. But it's like they built the house around it. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll just let it sit here until it dies, but it does sound like a jet plane. We thank you for flying heirloom. Haha, yeah, I just wish it wasn't so loud. My dream is to like put a regular unit in here, not in here, but maybe in here, depends. You know, they're quiet, they're stealth, and they go on the wall. And that's another story, but we don't have that. So yeah, but they're here. And anyway, on that note, let's see what we can have here. So we did this. This is what you do at 50. I'm going to close this. I'm not going to save it. And I want to discard that. And now let's see if we can print a hand. Arm, left. What's that? Let's see. Press spacebar. Hold on. Samsung me. Oh, nice. The hand comes with everything. Alright, so we'll open up this one. And let's say we'll print the arm, and then we'll say goodnight, because I have to start shoveling, literally, because it's a snowstorm of the century. Last time that happened, nothing happened. They're like, everyone go shopping, go get your stuff, it's an emergency, and the snowstorm of the century will be here, please. And then nothing happened. So this one I'm not sure about. This one, in my mind, tells me to print it straight up, right? But like, tells me to print it like this. But thankfully, the person who sent this to us is here with us. So let's do auto orient. Huh? Auto orient isn't working on this one. Oh, except I see. There's no. Maybe it's right there. You got to look for these little hotspots. No, I don't see. But I wanted to put it. No, it's not letting me. So the auto orient options are limited, except maybe like that, but we don't want it on the print bed. Let's see. Put it back the way it was, and then let's see what happens, what we get with supports. And then we don't want prime tower. Go here. Let's see what we get at 30. Hold on a second. Let's put this over here, right? And then put this here. Bring that out. Oh wow, no, is that tree? No, it's not tree. I don't like that. I don't even know why they have that even in there as default. That's so much filament to be wasted. Tree auto, and then slice it. Yeah, that looks more realistic. Hopefully, right? Except I don't know how it's gonna print like the tips, right? See the tips, like the tips of her claws. Wow, like right over here, right there. Hopefully it works. But ideally this will take, what? Nah. Wow, hold on a second. That's insane. No, it can't be. That means our stream will end. What will be short-lived. How the hell is that? Hold on. Let's go back to prepare. Click on her. And let's see what she scaled at. 100%, which was the other one. We'll go back to preview. Look. 15 minutes? Wow. But how can that be? It's like against the laws of my live stream, the laws of physics on this stream. We've never had a part so elaborate print so fast. No. Alright, we'll try it. 15 minutes. I just blown away. Oh, it looks like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's send it to the print. Remember, we're just doing this for scaling purposes, and when we do print her, we're gonna have to start over again because I'm pretty sure other people are gonna want to print Wolverine's sister. Let's try in another color though. Let's do it in nah, gray's fine, right? It's fine, no need to go. Make sure your print bed is clear and start print. I got to take something off the bed because you know that little test piece that it does when it clears the nozzle is on there. Yeah, a little bit of a bummer. All right, so that'll start print, but you know, 15 minutes means 20 to 25 because you know the printer's got to warm up and calibrate and do that other fun stuff. So we got another 25 minutes, so we're good there. No, it's snowing now. Here, hold on. Let me get back to my desktop. This can't be open, otherwise it will cause it to echo on the live stream. Select no to save. Oh, let's just before we say no, I want to see what I tried first. 30. So if that doesn't work, the next one will be at 50. Okay, and then select no, and then discard. And then there we go. And then now we're back. I did a video last night of the drone flying, and okay, we're good. Look at this. Not the POI effect. Perfect circle though. That's just circle instead of POI. And no matter how many times I did the circle, the perfect circle always appeared. So I got to reach out to DJI again because they said, you know, their argument / excuse was that it's too dark, it can't do it. The LiDAR sensors in the front can't handle it. It's too windy. This and that. Like if you go back to my original video, that literally was their excuse, and they pretty much like hijacked the whole comment section of that video, claiming that you know it's just not like that anymore. It's not supposed to happen because of the excuses they were giving. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try circle, and I tried circle, and circle did it. But let's go here. Let's go to your channel. And then go here, PERFE, perfect, and it never worked. POI effect still doesn't work. Huh? Hold on. It even worked with the Mini 3 apparently, because that showed up. PER, perfect. But I wasn't crazy about the audio. That's the only thing. I don't know why that. Let's try POI. POI. Not that one. Not that one. Not that. Oh, there it is right here. This one. This is the one that they hijacked. Shut that off. Mute that. And with DJI, 17 replies. They said regarding POI behavior you previously reported on the Mavic 4, our technical team has concluded further testing when the POI target a car, the aircraft is able to maintain a complete and closed circular path. However, when a target is irregular object, such as a building, how could that be irregular? The car is moving, you know. The trajectory may appear unclosed. Based on our analysis, the deviation you observed during your earlier test may be related to the following factors: strong wind, it wasn't windy, conditions during the flight. The Mavic 4 Pro is equipped with a forward-facing LiDAR system, which may have a small chance of false triggering under certain conditions. That could be it, the LiDAR just triggering false whatever. For example, when facing a strong light source, potentially causing the aircraft to initiate obstacle avoidance maneuvers. Yeah, but obstacle avoidance was off. Anyway, and the difference compared with the Mavic 3 Pro is also related to the selected POI target. If you test the Mavic 3 Pro using similar building as target, the same behavior may be reproduced. No, it's not. With the Mavic 3 Pro, it makes a perfect circle with the POI effect. Worked every time. Mini 3 Pro worked all the time. Mini 4 Pro worked, and then so they, basically they were just gaslighting and saying, but it is possible that the LiDAR sensors, but then we can scratch everything they just said and put it in the trash, because if that's the case, why does it work when you put it in circle? See, watch. If we put it in circle, we just have to go to the map. I was trying, this feature didn't work, but we'll figure that one out. Night mode, hold on, one moment please. See, we got the perfect circle. I'll probably have to download the flight log. So see, perfect circle. And then that's circle number 1. Oh, and then circle number 2. Look at that. But that's in circle mode. So I don't know. I have to put it in another support ticket and see what they say, because circle's making a circle. POI effect is supposed to make a perfect circle. So why can't the POI make a perfect circle while circle can? I guess the name says it all, right? But thankfully that works. So that got me on board to saying don't sell the drone, because I could just be, put it in circle instead of POI. The only difference between circle and POI is that POI will keep spinning. You could have it go on, and with circle stops. And with circle, it's great because you could be like, oh no, I forgot to press the record button. Circle, the quick shot does it for you. It sets the record button automatically, so you don't have to worry about having to press it. Whereas with POI, you could be, oh my god, that's so cool, but then you forgot to press record, and then you press record, and then of course it makes an even bigger elliptical shape. So you're not going to get the same thing every time, and sometimes it stops abruptly. Circle at the point of where it started. So if you want to create a smooth transition, it's abrupt. So your starting point should be further down, so that when it completes the full circle, it goes overlaps to where the starting point was, and then you don't have to worry about that little jerk movement that it makes. But what I like about it, it stops the record button, but you just have to remember to turn off quick shots if you want to control your drone again, because you're like, oh shit, I can't control my drone, and you have an oh shit moment, because sometimes if you're doing a big circle, the battery gets wasted, and you're like, oh no, am I going to make it back? So you just have to remember to turn off quick shots and put the drone back into camera mode, so that you can take control and fly it back. But as you can see, it's right down the street anyway, so I'm not worried about that. And with dynamic home point update, you're pretty much golden, because that shit will follow you wherever you go, and the home point is constantly being updated. Okay, let's see what we have here. One moment please. Oh, that's weird. Please stand by. I thought that no noise was a water boiler or something. It is honestly, the thing is like a boiler, because there's a gas line attached to it. I'll let you see a picture of it. Lou, get the Mavic up if we... Yeah, no, it snowed. No, unfortunately. No, it's not for sale. Is it still for sale? Nope, I took it down. DJI, yeah, DJI are full of it. DJI are full of it, Market Bay. But they have a nice crafty way of like deflection and, you know, it's not me, it's you approach. And if you don't know your shit like you guys do with the drones, you know, you'll pretty much take it at face value and be like, DJI said that it's because of this. And then, you guys know, so you know they're full of it, but they don't expect, you know, the masses to have a brain and, you know, be able to think for themselves and have a process of elimination where, you know, the proof is in the pudding. Like, it's worked for 4 years and now it don't work because of this reason, and it wasn't supposed to do that. It's not supposed to do that. That was my last question to them. I said, so in other words, what I was experiencing the last 3 years I was not supposed to be experienced, was that like a glitch? And then crickets, radios, now they're silenced. They pretty much ignore me after that comment. But it's not really a comment, I just, you know, don't bullshit me. But, you know, it is what it is, and, you know, I just don't have time for that bullshit. Anyway, then why did they tell you to calibrate it, etc., if it's LiDAR? Yeah, well, what happened was, there were like, how many reply? I think there were like 17 messages going back and forth with DJI. First they said do this. They said it needed to be calibrated. Oh, it's this. So yeah, you have to do that. You have to, like, you know, clean the windows first. And then they're like, oh no, you didn't flush the toilet. It's doing that because you didn't flush the toilet. They're like, oh no, it's probably doing that because you forgot to wipe your ass. And then they just coming up with all these excuses. And then finally, the last excuse was about the LiDAR thing. And then my comment to them was, you know, what I just shared with you. And then they completely ignore me now. Now they're not saying anything. It's radio silence, nothing but crickets. I guess they don't have a response for that one. They probably have their team working on it, and they're gonna have like some Better Call Saul type guy to come up with a crafty response. And every time they come up with these crafty responses, I'm like, how the fuck do they think of that? Who comes up with that shit? Like, how are they able to spin it so well that it will make sense? You'll be like, oh my god, yeah, that's probably it. That's probably why. But then when you dig deeper and you're like, that's not it. But it's a skill. It's a skill, definitely a skill set to pull the wool over your eyes and just plain old bullshit. Anyway, soon they won't care. Their excuse will be stop support since we got banned. Yeah, I know. They might stop. Well, they did stop support. So basically, because this has happened before, where a drone was not functioning and doing what it was supposed to do, with the Mavic 3, because I had a few of them replaced. They replace it. They're like, oh yeah, that's weird. It's not supposed to be doing that. That would be their initial approach back in the day, and they'd be like, send it back. And then you get like a new box. Because I have so many unboxing videos of these drones. You get a new one. Now, you're not getting anything. You got to stick with what you got, and you'll get crafty replies like this that, you know, will pull the wool over your eyes. That'll make sense to some, you know, that don't get it, and that have not experienced the care refresh when the master shots, quick shots, or, you know, drone isn't doing what it's supposed to do out of the box. You know, those days are over where you would get a replacement if the shit didn't do what it was supposed to do on its basics, even the basics feature. No, now you're just good luck with it. Fly safely. That's why I'm not flying in the snow. You can fly in the snow legally, but why? Well, you know, why I don't want to risk my drone getting wet or snow and, you know, cold and no care refresh. It's not like I can say, hey, and then they'll be like, what were you doing at the time? And that's another story. The print hasn't even started yet. So does the ban automatically void care refresh since you can't ship back and forth? Yeah, the care I had done a video on that. I contacted DJI. We did a live session with the care support, and then we spoke to the guy who owns the DJI store in Canada after, who said he'd buy my Mavic Pro 4 Pro, but he'd have to see it which is fine with me. Like if something does happen, like if they do restrict things where you can't fly anymore, I'm just going to drive to Canada, because you can get a couple of grand for that, so it's worth the trip. Except I'd sleep in the car. I'm not booking any hotel. Sleep in the car, get some sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly, and just keep driving and come back and save the money for something else. If there's like a blanket ban or blanket TFR, but I doubt that's not going to happen. But since there's no care refresh, you're stuck with it. But they had suggested holding on to it. So what DJI shared on the live stream was that hold on to your drone if it's broken, and if care refresh comes back, this is what they said, I don't know if it's going to be or not, they're making plans to initiate care refresh so that people can buy it for their existing DJI products. I don't know how true that is, but that sounds nice. I was like, wow, that's so cool. But yeah, you're stuck with it. Or there's drone nerds, they fix it, but you got to remember, whoever's going to fix it has to have the parts. So you either have to have hoped and prayed someone crashed a Mavic 4 and it couldn't be salvaged. And it's like a junkyard, like when you're trying to find the spare parts for your DeLorean, you got to pray that the junkyard / salvage yard will have it. But yeah, you're stuck with it. Just be careful, and don't do like if I had care refresh, I'd go out and fly right now, because you can. It's illegal to fly in the rain, but it's not illegal to fly in the snow, which is really weird. Ryan Clotoret, I forget his name. He's like a drone advocate, and he's like the person you want to know and have on speed dial if you ever get arrested for flying a drone somewhere. But I don't do stuff like that, so I'm not worried. But he's the one that got me the permit, or tried to help me get the permit for the next town to fly in, because you have to fly, and he wrote them a crafty legal letter, saying that what they were doing was illegal. But they didn't. When you own the town, you run the town. They still made me get one. But anyway, he has a video of him flying his drone in the snow, and that's good to know. But I don't know what he was flying, though. He might have been flying an FPV drone or some other drone, because the camera, because I just wouldn't risk the just received this. Okay, hold on a second. I just have to check something since we're live. Alright, anyway, I'll make a phone call later. Yeah, so it's hit or miss, but let's see. Do you know what I'm printing now, Lou? Sebula, Star Wars. Oh wow, let's check it out. Let's see. Go to channel. And we'll go Samsung Me. Let's see. Oh wow. Time. Look at the graphics on that. That is so cool. I love. Where is live? Wow. The only thing, honestly, I've been using the AI thumbnail generator. The only thing I'm not crazy about is that it's been doing a lot heavier on the color, like a lot of purple, especially on mine. I'm thinking of changing the thumbnail or something on one of them. Wow, 10 hours? No. Oh wow. What kind of camera is that? That's like freaking better quality than mine. Wow. That's like 4K, 8K, no K. Don't forget to subscribe. I am subscribed, but I didn't get any notifications. That's what's really weird. Wow, but that camera, Swedish Forge Printing. Wow. Yeah, you gotta share what camera that is, man. Oh wait, we can scrub through it since the print's already finished. Oh wow. Oh my god. You could have put a light in there too if you want. But that, it looks better dark anyway. Because it looks crisper and... Wow. That is amazing. You did it! Look at the supports though. That's so cool. Wait, let's see where it started off with the supports. Wow. Holding up her hair and everything. I don't know. Were you nervous? Like, were you afraid that it wasn't gonna work out? Wow. I don't know, man. I admire folks who can put their fate in a long print like that. Yeah, so you know, DJI has like a whole team of experts waiting to deflect on you and make it seem like you're crazy when you're not. So don't worry, we've been there. Kind of like a principal at a school. Do you know what I'm... Okay. I've never used DJI support chat. It's a waste of time 90% of the time. It's a waste of time, the chat supports, but a lot of times what happens is, the reason why I do the support chat, because I live stream my support sessions. Because what happens is, when you do a chat support session, they want a picture of your drone. They want to know what's happening. They want to see it before they actually initiate, you know, an exchange, before they actually initiate you sending it in. That's why I always did the live support chat, because, you know, they want the visuals. I'm like, well, you know, you want, then visuals, fine. I can send them the link to the live stream, and they always say cool setup, and I just subscribe. So, you know, in that sense, but not to get the subscribers, but just to like, just don't beat around the bush, and I just have it all in real time, and then I don't have to worry about sending emails, shrinking the video file, and then making sure, because even if when you were sending a support ticket in, you only get like 30 seconds of record time. You know, otherwise the file's too big, and when it's too big, you got to shrink it. But on the live stream, just send them the link. And then they send the link to their engineers. Their engineers watch it and can scrub through, and then they, well, remember on the live streams, they were the ones taking the screenshots and saving the highlighted moments that they could forward it to the engineers. So a lot of the the work on my end is cut out of the way. I don't have to shrink the file. I don't have to do a screenshot. I don't have to send the email. They're the ones doing the prep work. But those days are over anyway, because you there's no more care refresh. But if it ever does come back, just know that if you have access to live stream your support session, do it, because it takes a lot of the headache out, and it's entertaining for you guys too. Oh yeah, Market Bay, I was here when you spoke to the guy. He was cool and had the Pro controller for cheaper. Yeah, he had the Pro controller for cheaper. The Pro controller in Canada is $900, maybe even $800. And he had shared, if you remember, he shared that he was shipping to the U.S. and then the U.S. Customs was pushing some stuff through and not pushing other stuff through. So let's say you ordered a Neo, it got pushed through. Let's say you ordered the Pro receiver 2, it didn't go through. Or you ordered this drone, it was just at the discretion of the person at the border. And so then he just said he stopped shipping. He doesn't ship to the U.S. anymore because of that, because it's bad for business, because I'm pretty sure he probably gets the money back on the insurance claim. But that's how Customs Border Patrol was handling DJI products. And a lot of people, I think they went woke on the whole terminology. Oh, you can't say ban because, you know, it's not a ban. Oh, you can't say this because it's not that. It's a fucking ban. Like, stop, you know, trying to you know, not call it what it is. If it gets held up at customs, it get confiscated, they're not letting it in, right? And they're having, you know, it's not coming through the border. It's a ban, and you can't. And DJI stopped shipping stuff in because customs was taking it away at random. You know, it's like hit or miss, and it was like, oh, I like it. So they were going full nightclub on your DJI products. Like, oh yeah, you look cool, you can come in. Oh yeah, you come in. Like, you come in, and all of a sudden the Mavic 4 Pro, nope, sorry, not cool enough. You know, that happened to me one time at a nightclub. I was with these girls, like, oh, let's go. We'll see you inside. And then, I was supposed to go in with them, and then the bouncer at the door, it was like, nah, man, can't let you in. I'm like, what do you mean, man? I'm with my friends. Like, nah. He's like, not with those shoes. I'm like, what do you mean the shoes? These are my shoes. I wear these all the time. He's like, yeah, you know, this is not happening. So then I was like, because I was wearing Merrell's. Apparently you can't wear Merrell's in the nightclub. So I went home and I changed my shoes, put on some nice shirt, button-down shirt, and wouldn't let me in. I was like, yeah, but my friend, because I guess I was, you got to look a certain way before you want to get don't go home, change, jump in the cab, and then put on your best outfit. It doesn't work like that, at least at that particular club. And I was even offering to like tip the guys, like, hey, look, you know, I can pay to get in. And he's like, nah. Apparently everyone, but then I started seeing everyone going in and out, and they were kind of they look cooler than me. Even when I went home and changed, they were still sporting the sports. So yeah, I think that's how it's working in with customs, you know. Except now I don't think they're letting anything through. But you know, I'll probably call the guy again just to say hello, and we'll probably do that on a live stream just to follow up, because I want to have an out, make sure the out is still there so that I can still get the drone. But he did say that if I bought the drone or remote receiver in Canada, I can drive and pick it up. Which I should have done, but I was like, you know, with the family and the kids, and plus the channel helped pay for it, which was great. But if it didn't, I probably would have taken the trip. But either way, I'll probably wind up making the trip if there's like a blanket ban on stuff. But I don't think there will be. But it's nice to know it. It's only $900. I mean, only, it's a lot of money. But remember, the channel helped pay for it. Can you live stream from the actual printer photo? Yeah, I can. Wow, that camera, it is, right? Did you see the camera quality on that thing? Like, he still hasn't shared with us what camera that is, though. I keep getting random ads. Yeah, I don't know. I don't control the ads. I would say just watch one and then wait for that skip button. But here, let's see what ours is doing. Oh wow, it printed, but now we gotta see if it fits, right? Where's her torso? Oh, right here. Wow, I hope it fits and it doesn't have to be shaved. Hopefully. Okay, here we go. Wow, this is nice. Wow. This is really nice. Look at that. So printed. I think I could see why you say printed a little bit bigger, because it's just, you know, 100%. Yeah, it's all right. You know, like, you wanna, and watch her whatever they're called. Oh wow, nice. I could, you know, like these claws, so that they don't get ruined. Yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna try 150 on the live stream when we do this, either over the weekend or for sure next week. But wow, they really, a lot of thought went into this. This way it doesn't have to struggle too hard to get those parts. Which one is this? This is her. What? Does it go there? Yeah, this is her left. Wow, fits pretty good. Huh. Oh my god. Yeah, but I think bigger will... Oh my god, that's so cool. I think we'll paint her on the live stream too. Not another stream. It'll be hard to paint her, but... only because of... This is really cool. A lot of thought went into this. How the part just fit right in. But I think bigger will probably... A little bit bigger will be better because of... you know, we won't have to do all this and lose out on some of the, you know, imperfections that happen when the supports are there. So I could see why bigger is better. I wonder if her arm turns or pull it out. You could use the Dremel. Just be careful because you could break her claw. Right? Oh, there we go. And you don't want to do that. Yep, that did it. So I think scaling it up a bit, and then playing with it. Just, wow, that's amazing. Look at that. And we could fix that, right? Sort of. I don't know. I've never really filled in. I can sand it, but I've never really. Well, you guys know my limits, so I've never really like crafted a part like this where, what do we use, like some sort of liquid to fill the gaps and then sand it, right? I have to see how that works. Like, how do we get it in there and like spackle it in and then sand it, spackle it in? This is nice. Wow, her boobs feel nice too. They're like so real. You make me want to have 3 hands. Wow, this is like, oh my god, this is awesome though. No, but like the character wise, it's so nice. The only issue I could see is the lines. You know, I think if it was bigger, that wouldn't be there. And I also think, like, how do we fill it with liquid what? Like liquid, you know, epoxy, like some sort of epoxy or clay. Clay could actually work too. Where is the clay? I know the kids have the clay around here somewhere. Maybe fill it with clay, not plastilina, because plastilina will always be soft, but another kind of, in the back. This is nice. Wow. This is going to be 3D print of the week. You're up next. So remember, this is 3D print of the week coming up. We just wanted to see how it worked out. And the 3D print of the week is going to start at 10, because remember, it takes about an hour and 2 hours to print that. And then we have other body parts in the head. And we're going to scale it up a little bit, right? So that, or maybe not, I don't know. Let's see if she matches up with the other guy. Now he has a girlfriend. See? His and hers. Wow. Yeah, I guess she could be a little bit bigger. And then does she have a stand? Like, we'll be able to stand her up? I guess we'll find out, because all the files are in there from Swedish Forge. But this is just phenomenal. Now I don't even know where this goes. I'll just put it right there. Sometimes when you pull something out, it doesn't go back in where it's supposed to go. But thankfully it doesn't work that way with her, right? She just freaking prints, except I don't understand why. There. This is nice. And look at it's amazing how this printed, but it's like flexible. You would think that it would snap, but it don't. Except, oh wow, look. Really sharp claws. Yeah, but those are like remnants of the supports. So I could see how bigger could be a little bit better. But I was afraid that it wouldn't go in, and it did. But I think that's also thanks to the angle. We got lucky because if you choose the wrong angle, it might not print like it did the first time, or it might not fit. But we can ask the person who already printed this. Wow, look, she's got muscles and everything. Wow, this is amazing. This is the first time I've ever printed a character like this. You know, that Nova thing was one thing, but this is like a Marvel. He just printed this guy printed in one shot. There was no assembly required. So that's why I'm so fascinated with this thing here, because everything else has to just work, right? Except there are more parts. There are like, let me go back into the file and see. Like, is it really more parts or less parts, or is this so we have X23, Wolverine's sister. We have bear. What's bear? Oh, there's a bear. Okay, let's see. Hold on, because it doesn't look like there are many parts left. We have the arm, the head, and the legs, or probably the torso, and then the bottom torso. I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. 1 moment, please. Samsung me. All right, so we'll start from the top. Maybe there are duplicate parts options. All right, so we printed the left arm, and then right arm, and then the stand, okay, and then part of the stand, and then we have that tree stump, maybe the bear, her head. Wow, her head. What? Oh, that's a lot of hair. I was like, wait, what's the other part? Wow, she's got some long hair. Interesting. They could have trimmed her down a bit, though. I have a video that shows you how to trim. Actually, I should post that one too. To cut, like if you wanted to cut her hair, that would be cool. But now we'll leave it as is because that's her character. Oh wait, we have another option. All right, so let's see. We have that one. I think I like that one. Pretend she's at DMV. When you go to get your driver's license photo, they don't want you to smile. So yeah, I'll do that one. Oh wow, that one looks pretty cool too. I like that. It looks a little bit like Storm, right? Doesn't it look like Storm? I mean, maybe I'll do that one. Okay, then we have a leg. Oh, so the boots are separate. Okay, so that's why. Except this one, I'm not sure how we'll print that. How do you print that? Like this one. Let's see. Let's check out. Oh, is that legs? Oh, it's weird. It says legs, but it's like her bottom half. It's kind of cool how they made her look like a woman too. Like, you know, you can tell it's a lady. Well, sort of, right? Nowadays you have chicks with dicks, but no, you can tell it's a woman, right? I mean, at least I can. I don't know, but like they gave her all the contour lines she needs to self-identify as a she, or as so that we can identify her as a she. But I'm gonna guess that we print this. I don't want to ruin it because if it doesn't work, we do it on the live stream. But I just want to see what if we go here. If we go to, we'll leave that like that. Press this, and then go into supports. Enable that. Tree supports. Except how's whatchamacallit printing this? Like, how did you print this on your bed? Because let's see what it does, because the bed's not big enough if I was to scale this up to the size that you're doing. 30%, right? For now. And if it don't work, oh yeah, that could work like that. Except what about the inside? I don't recall. Oh yeah, but it just printed the arm, right? So that's with the arm, but inside there, I think, yeah, I know, but it's laying sideways, so it still can do the side print. All right, wow, this is so cool. And it's, oh, but it has that. See that little, I'm not sure what that is, but that showed up on one of the prints too. This little weird thingy like that. Here, I'll show you here, like Samsung only me stuff. What did I do with the pointer thingy? Oh, it's right here. This part right here. See how it got like that? Looks like that's showing up in the print. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's supposed to be there. Possibly. Actually, let's flip her over. Hold on. Samsung me. See if it's there. No, it's not there. Maybe. Nope. Don't see it. That's okay though. Maybe this is just how what we're looking at there is part of her tracksuit. I don't know. We'll find out when we print it next week. But that's so cool. Hopefully. We have to find out what he printed it at. I'm just gonna close that. Nope, don't save it. Discard. Remember, this is not today's print. All right. This is a good idea. Paste it to YouTube. Hold on. I think I missed something. I keep getting random ads. I think photo has done a runner. The thumb should be inward. Okay, the thumb is inward. I didn't take it off. So yeah, the thumb, I almost took it off with the supports. The thumb is inward, but if your supports are too strong, you could wind up tearing it off. We'll show you that in a second. Any more reviews coming up, Lewis? Yeah, there are. I'll share with you that in a second. Photo, read the chat. We asked you what camera you use. K1 Max. Oh wow. Okay. AI camera. Huh, interesting. We'll have to look that up in a second. Does it allow you to live stream from it or only record? Yes, OBS. I can stream from the printer. Oh, I thought you live streamed it. I asked Lou to post your channel link so I can check it out. I'll post it. Hold on. I think it's harder with an FDM printer to print that small. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. Paste it into YouTube. Good idea. Hold up. Oh, he's gonna do it anyway. Subbed. Do more live prints. You too, Lewis. Do more live streams. Yes, I will. Yes. The kids, I have a break this week, so it's gonna be hard. But I'll do what I can with the live streams to come up again. When will that be photo? Gonna be soon. Today, tomorrow, today, tonight, tomorrow. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing, man. I don't know. Amazing. Yeah, it would be harder to do it on my bed. But let's see. I wonder if I can. I'll just take a video and bring it back. Okay, I sub. Anyways, I love your live print streams. Yeah, cool print streams. That's just amazing. That camera is better than mine. Like, 'cause mine, like, you have it in a perfect spot, but not. Forget about the spot. I can have my camera in a good spot. The quality is like freaking 8K, and the detail is so fine that I don't get that with my print, because it's a Beagle print camera. It's like 1080 or whatever they call it, and then it's like stretched out. Like fit to fill screen. But that's what you want. I start the print in the morning around 10 or 11 a.m. Wow. And it's now 8. Yeah, you'd be blacklisted like me for streaming for too long. Remember that? The stream goes into oblivion after X amount of hours. Maybe for me, maybe not for you. Hold on, let me see if I can. I'm going to go outside and take a picture of the snow. Well, not picture, but video. See what we got. Because if it's not snowing, if it stopped, might be able to go back, right? And go to photos. Put it in portrait mode, but then we have to end the stream because I have to hang out with my kids because they just came back. I haven't seen them all weekend. Force, was it landscape? Right? I keep forgetting. Yep, there we go. All right. Oh, and then put it in video and let you guys look at my time machine / condenser. It's huge. It goes up there, and around, and down. Takes up the whole room. Those 2 sections over there. Down there. Anyway, let's see. One more, please. That's crazy, man. There was nothing out there. How long have we been streaming for? An hour. An hour ago, there was nothing outside. There was no snow out there. We got like freaking 3 inches in less than an hour. That it really is the snowstorm of the century. Wow. They said it's supposed to get like 8. Yeah, so I actually have to start shoveling because my snowblower can only handle so much snow. But that's insane. I wasn't expecting that. In 1 hour, we got like 3 inches of snow. Holy crap. Ay, ay, ay. That's not gonna be fun. But I put gas in the blower anyway. but I'll probably go out every couple hours to, you know, blow. Wow. But that's nice though. The kids will love it. They're like, Dad, are you going to come sledding with us tomorrow? I'm like, I'm going to be in bed tomorrow because I'm going to be up all night, you know, shoveling and making sure the cars can get out if they need to, our cars, or, you know, just keeping the driveway clear. Because what happens is if it gets compacted, it's harder to shovel, and then it turns to ice, and then you get a ticket if you don't shovel. That's the other reason why too. If you don't clean up your snow, because if somebody slips, then you're responsible. But either way, we got a ticket one time when we first moved here, and then never again. And then it was expensive ticket too. It was like $500. It's crazy. I could have bought something, but that was like 4 years ago, and ever since then, I know I'm not leaving the shit out there ever again. And then I didn't have a snowblower, so we had to pay someone to blow it. He had like this powerful machine, but that's another story. Anyway, that's too funny. Lou, live stream so extremely late, 3 at night. Yeah, smart. That's what I'll be doing later. I'll be doing well, no, it's 7 p.m. now, but I'll be doing earlier streams moving forward. I'll try, because I know you guys are in different time. Yeah, but it's Christmas week, so no work commitments for a few weeks. For me, we go back next, I think the 3rd. Our office is closed. Use gas burner for driveway. I know, I've seen that on YouTube. Of some guy using a flamethrower at Market Bay. Breaking news: heavy snow grounds Lewis Friday night flights. Yeah. I mean, if I had camera fresh, I'd go out. I would definitely fly the drone, but I just can't. And then now I have to go out and shovel, as you saw, 3 inches in less than an hour. How the fuck? I've never seen that before. Yeah, Lou is 5 hours behind. Yeah, he is 6 hours behind. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately. Anyway, I'm going to go spend some time with the kids and then shovel again and then keep on shoveling. And maybe tomorrow morning, if tomorrow morning it stops snowing, I will fly the drone and do a live flight tomorrow, right? Reschedule this flight for tomorrow. We have more videos coming out. We had one that pushed how to trim your 3D print, like cut things off, which is a little bit different than the other trim video that I have. And then we have the return home, which I think I'm going to push the return home / home point update. And that one we did that one, but there's more to come. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. It was sunny and 80 in Oklahoma today. You can fly now, Lou. Yeah, I know. I just need to get to Oklahoma. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Or ideas for other videos. Remember to like. Oh, look, Drone Okie. Hey, what's up? Drone Okie's from Oklahoma. Thanks, Drone Okie, for those tips. And that video would not have been possible without you. I have another video coming out with the home point, which is phenomenal. I'm just blown away by the dynamic home point feature inside of there. The only downside to the dynamic home point feature is that when you turn the drone off, let's say pack your bags and then you fly somewhere else or fly the next day, it doesn't stay in dynamic. You actually have to ask it to, which is fine if you can remember, to do that every time you fly. And if you're moving around, it's phenomenal. It updates in real time wherever you go. Anyway, you'll see it in the video. I'm probably going to post that one tonight. Dronoki, good to have you here. Were you answer questions from comments? You doing Saturday night? I have done that. I used to do Saturday Night Live Q&A. I'll bring that back. We'll start that again probably next week, or maybe even tomorrow after the break. In case you're wondering, Dronoki, we used to have Saturday Night Live Q&A. That stopped for a little bit. Actually, it stopped for a long time. But we also had Friday Night Flights. Friday Night Flights is back, but it's 2 shows back to back, one Friday, one Saturday. But since you guys ask, I guess we can do it. It's just that given that it's the New Year's weekend, it's kind of hard. I don't know what these guys are doing. If, a lot of times that Saturday Night Live Q&A was planned when they went to bed. And as you know, as they're getting older, it's hard to say, go to bed. You know, they tend to, it's only 8 o'clock, and they're not, you know, youngins anymore. What time, your time, 10 a.m.? That will be, oh, so if I do the flight tomorrow, you will get posted. I'll probably 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll get to see the sky from above. Why did you stop Saturday Night Live? I stopped Saturday Night Live because the kids were staying up later. They were just going through difficult times, and you know, I had to be with them instead of with you. But now things are better now, so I can be with you instead of them. But you know, it was just too complicated given lifestyle changes. But everything is back to normal as long as these guys. And then a lot of times I would go live, and they'd lose their shit. They'd be fighting over something like, it's mine, that's my sweater, that's this and that, and like, and you'd hear them screaming sometimes. And you can't have that. This is a live show, you know. So that was another reason why. And I'd be like, guys, I'm live. And they'd be like, so? I'd be like, really? If I had said that to my parents, forget about it. Yeah, so, you know, but I'll bring it back. Hopefully, you know, you'll just hear them in the background, and it is what it is, as long as they don't lose their shit. And then they'll just mute it and put on a 3D print so you can just watch ASMR of the print bed doing that. This is not what you're hearing. So we'll see, but I'll bring it back. You guys ask, we'll do it. Oh, I didn't know. And we will, it helps because we answer everyone's questions in real time. We get trolled. Trolls are fine because, you know, you guys know how to spot them, and I just play along with it and then, you know, answer their questions. Because it's a live Q&A. You can't not answer the question, but some of them are just ridiculous. Lou, we are the Lou Stream family. Yeah, this is great. Great having you guys. And it's getting bigger. We did lose Afix though. Afix helped us a lot on the channel. We tend to lose people, like, you guys enjoy watching the channel, but the ones who help us with the channel, like, hey, Afix helped us with Streamlabs. He said, hey, you got to use Streamlabs. Afix helped us. He's like, you should do 3D printing. Afix helped us. You got to get this drone. FPV Unknown helped us, you know, this help us to like level up, and with trouble, you guys help too, but usually the ones that like Afix or FPV Unknown, you know, they help us and then they just disappear into the shadows and they move on. Kind of like Brian helped us a little bit too, but you guys are here. You guys are, which is great. I like that. You know, I hope you don't go, but if you do, that's fine. You know, sometimes you outgrow your channel and you find something different, but you know, for now this is what it is. But we love having you. And the other guy, forgot his name. Who was the other guy? Afix, Brian. Oh, Markabe. No, Markabe is here. Not Midnight Off-Road Runner. Yeah, Midnight Off-Road Runner. Amazing FPV skills, and he was the one that gave us the FPV rates for the Avata, so that we can fly fast and smoothly and reach 60 miles an hour or more in FPV. Yeah, except he was a different case. He left because he broke up with his girlfriend and he moved, and I guess he had to sell everything. Remember that? I email him every now and again. We should email him because we wouldn't have, you know, he was a big part of the Lou family too, right? And then we lost him. We always lose the good ones, right? And you guys are the good ones too. I hope we don't lose you, like, you know, we don't lose you guys too. But things happen. Sometimes life takes its toll. But let's go to my email. I'll just email Midnight Off. Liam was his name, right? Liam, yeah. Liam gave us the plaque we have back there that we're hanging on our wall, a YouTube plaque. We couldn't get one from YouTube, but one of our viewers / subs gave us one. Let's say Liam. Oops. Let's see. Oops, Leeson. I typed in Liam, like Liam Nilsson. There we go. And let's do an email to Liam. New message. We'll say Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And then say, hope all is well. Just wanted to say hello. Don't be a stranger. From the how to buy Lou fam. Everyone says hello. Alright, here I'll show you what I wrote. You can't see his email, but you can see his name. Samsung me. And let's see. Hope all is well. Just wanted to say hello. Don't be a stranger. Alright. From the how to buy Lou fam. Everyone says hello and press send. Yeah, those rates were phenomenal, gotta say. Oh, and speaking of rates, so we have some new collabs coming. The folks at what was it called, AE Juice, they're updating their version of the program for the Mac. They gave me some pointers on what I have to do on the next collab with them, which is a whole list of things. Make links above more button, add pinned comments with links, invite AE Juice as collaborator, set video as premiere, add chapters, which is what I did to the last one, add on-screen link, answer comments for the first 72 hours, but there aren't any, so that's fine. Make video channel trailer for a week. So I did that. If you go to my YouTube page, their video is now the trailer featured. Add links to old videos, make YouTube posts, promote on other channels, which is what I did, like Facebook, LinkedIn, and some others. But I was on a call with the CEO of the company, and apparently the features that are coming out off of the Mac are just phenomenal. It's more streamlined. It was a little glitchy before. More libraries. Anyway, you'll see when that comes out. And then I got some other offers for exercise bikes similar to a Peloton, but I said yes to it, but I haven't, they didn't reply back. A lot of times you say yes, and sometimes the shit don't make it through customs, and that would have been tool. Oh, and there's another tool, an infrared. That would have been this one, a thermal camera. So I'm gonna say, I always say yes to everything, because sometimes the stuff comes from China and customs doesn't let it through. But this looks pretty cool, the infrared camera, right? I don't know what I would use it for, but you know, it's $194. But again, you know, it's a collaboration, so that you get it for free. There's that one, but I want to see the bike, if it comes through. Aurora solo mining, another solo miner is being sent. I'm not sure, it's like a knockoff of the one-shot miner, but it's another solo miner. Let's see, influencer gaming, some gaming stuff, business consulting, WaveNote. Oh, WaveNote is coming out with another one, another product. They like the last video, and so they're sending, I don't know which one they're sending, but there's another version in the works. Oh, cycling. This one I would love. Well, I showed it to my wife, and she was like say yes. And this is it right here. Look at that. And it's like a $2,799 bicycle. It's insane. It comes with a water bottle. Yeah, if you spend that much money on an indoor cycling machine, you better come with more than just a water bottle. But yeah, so they're gonna send that, hopefully. Like, again, a lot of times I say yes to these collabs, and sometimes the stuff never makes it through customs. So if this comes, this would be amazing. And you know, we'll see. One time I got an offer for sneakers for my kids, and that never came through. But that's why you can't get your hopes up on a lot of these collabs, because sometimes the stuff doesn't come through. Oh, that looks cool. Imagine being able to do that on an exercise bike. Wow. Because they saw my cycling videos that I did for the other collaboration, which was Raveman and Garmin and stuff. Except I don't understand this part right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 handlebars. Wow. for? I don't like why. I guess. Oh, maybe one is for time trials. Maybe, like you're cycling on the outside, and then you put your hands on the inside for the time trial. I don't know. I have to see when or if it comes, and then I promised to do like a transformation video. Like I get to lose my belly. You'll see me like trim down in like the course of like 2 weeks. If they send this. If not, that's fine. Because as you can see, every week, I just have to pick and choose which ones I want. I'll be like, yay, nay, yay, nay. And then I saw this one, I was like, great. But you know, I'm a little sad that they didn't they didn't confirm that it's coming. But as you can see, every week we get a new collaboration. So, you know, this one will be old news, and we'll have and then one paid me via Visa prepaid card, and then. Be nice if they paid via super chat though, and that's it. You know, that's what's coming. But the thermal camera looks really cool. Might wind up giving that one away because I don't really have any. I'm not an inspector, right? But I just wish they sent me a drone with a thermal camera installed. That would be awesome. And that's it. That's what's in the work. And then we have a whole bag of goodies full of videos that we still have to make. So it's endless. We've got so much material coming in weekly by request, and then so much material coming in that I want to do. So much material already. We already have 15 videos pre-recorded that just don't have time to edit, and I just sort of picking and choosing that, you know, which ones I think you guys will like. And then you guys recommend videos, you guys recommend prints, which we do. We fit that into your schedule, because I love when you guys suggest print. And then we have live soldering streams. So we have to do a lot, because remember, it's winter. We do live soldering videos. I'll bring out one of the kits and we'll do that. Yeah, so stay tuned. We're not running out of ideas. We're just running out of time. If I sat here for 1 week live streaming everything I wanted to do, I still won't have enough time to make all the other stuff. So this is great, though. This is exactly what I wanted the channel to be: interactive, engaging, and fun, and you guys participating, and then being able to pick and choose who I wanted to collaborate with. No script. A lot of I like the fact that I can say no. I don't do scripts, and if they don't like it, fine. I just pick somebody else. You know, like that's I like that, because scripts are hard. I don't know. You guys remember one time I shared with you one of the scripts that they had sent me from a company wanted to do a collab, and I was like, hell no. And you guys saw it too. You're like, oh no way, there's no way in hell I'd do that, because you gotta skip to the script. Then you're not in character. You're sort of like you can't be you, and if you make a mistake, you got to record again. Not that I make mistakes, you know, I catch myself, but it's all in real time. It's like, you know, I'll self-correct, or you guys will correct, like, hey, it's this instead of that. And then they'll just chime in the comments and leave it like that. But you get the idea, because it's a video. The proof is in the pudding. But yeah, the scripts are hard because it's very stressful. And even if you stick to the script, to the T, don't miss a word, don't miss your line, stay on cue. If they don't like the intonation or how it's presented, you got to go back and record again, and then you got to do it again and again until they like it. So I set the terms. I'm like, hey, you know, these are the terms. No script. You're gonna get it on, you know, on the take that's taken, and you could use it for the Instagram and this and that and whatever. And then it works out well. It works out well because you tend to lose their creative freedom, and you know, you lose yourself along the way when you do the scripts, because it's taxing, it's stressful, it's nerve-wracking. And some people actually get teleprompters so that they can stick to the script. But for me, it's like the I Love Lucy Vita Vita Vegemin, where I'm like, what? But it's fun. But if I do a script, like if the product is in depth and has a lot of specs, I'll do a voice over. So I'm like, if you need something really detailed explained, I'll do the voiceover, and you'll see the video, let's say, of me on the bicycle, right, pedaling while I'm reading what they want read. That I will do. But 95% of the time they want the script like this, and I'm like, no, not happening. Anyway, so that's that. So we got good stuffs in the works, and stay tuned. We're gonna be doing more soldering, more everything, right, and more flying. Hopefully tomorrow around 10 a.m. Or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it stops snowing, there will be a live stream, and you'll know because I'll make a thumbnail for that. I'm gonna close that. I just wish that Volonix, it's just so beautiful. Like that would get me riding again in the winter. And you have to watch out. Some of them are scams. So you have to filter out. Like they'll send you the link, and they just want to get your personal information or validate on their end that your channel's real. And then once they validate that it's you behind the scenes of the channel, then you get another malicious email, wanting to hijack your shit. And that's why I have firewalls and stuff installed on here and other things that where sometimes I can't even install anything because I forgot my password to the firewall. So you got to be careful in that sense. When your channel does grow, because it does come with all the other bullshit behind it. Anyway, knowing that and moving forward, we will close that. I'll read the last of the comments. Lou, make sure you don't sign it. Yeah, and waivers. Yeah, you have to be careful with the waivers or the contracts. Remember the contract? I think I shared with you guys one of the contracts they sent me, and I rewrote it, and then I changed a lot of the stuff because a lot of the contract was in their favor, and then there was this radio silence. So you have to be careful with that. You got to be careful for the contracts, the waivers. Some of the waivers included me shipping shit back to them, which is a no. I'm not shipping it back. If you want it back, if you want the review, then you send me the shipping and stuff. If you don't, you got to really pull a Market Bay and Swedish Forge and Brian. Brian was really good at paying attention to the details. He's like, yo, Lou, read the comments. And I'd be skipping it. I'd be like, okay, there we go. But no, read the comments. So then with the contract or waivers, you can't do that. You got to read it word for word. Sleep on it and print it. Don't read it on the computer. It's a different reading experience on the screen than on the computer. Any flights with Ken plan, Lou? Lou, did you have any censoring in the chat? No, I never have any censoring. Scripts are a headache. That's for the big channels that are earning. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. That's still hard. Yeah, even if they're earning that much, that's a lot of stress. I think for that kind of money, it's great, but I couldn't handle it because I did a commercial once, and I couldn't do the scripts. It just wasn't in me. And they paid extra money and brought in a teleprompter for the commercial I had done with the kids back in the day. And it was and then they decided that, all right, this guy is not good with the scripts. Let's get a teleprompter. And then they brought the teleprompter in. Any flights? No flights with Ken planned as of yet. Ken, that's why big channels have editors and stuff. So if I make it big, I'll have an editor, and I'll have my copywriter and things like that. We ain't that. No, we're not that lucky. We're just no, we're not. One day, you never know. One day we'll get lucky, and then Market Bay will be the editor. Photo 72 will be the copywriter, and what's his name? Drone Oki will be the prop guy, right? The prop guy. And then Afix, I'm not sure if Afix is still around, we'll figure out something for him. And then someone's got to be moderator, right? To moderate and answer all the questions and the videos and stuff. But yeah, enjoy it while you can. All right, enjoy it, but just know you're not there. Otherwise, they would have reached out to you. But it is what it is. But I like it. I like this, the freedom that I will probably lose if the channel does take off and becomes as big as you guys, say what they do with the bigger channels. And then you're pretty much, that's when you lose your creative freedom. But we're enjoying it for now. And Ken will let me know when he wants to fly. Ken got a different camera this week, so he's experimenting with that. And the weather hasn't been what it's been, but I'm looking forward to flying with Ken again. Ken hasn't flown either. So anyway, yeah, I've been flying more than Ken, but hopefully tomorrow morning, fingers crossed. That's why big channels hang out, and that's it. Anyway, I gotta go hang out with the kids and shovel that snow, which is insane. Great seeing you guys again. I'm glad you're here. You know, just keep coming and keep printing what you print and sharing what you print, because I'll definitely love this one right here. This one's gonna be our next print, so we still need one for the next one, but this one will probably take quite a bit to print. But I like that. I also like that the arm just went in. Remember how sometimes we have to use this thing right here, the Dremel, to like shave it down so that, well, it needs to be charged, so that it would just fit? No, this STL file, they thought of that. Anyway, we'll see you all next time, and gotta go shovel some snow and start that snow blower. All right.
I'm so tired of playing games.